Invisible on ABC 7 News, brought to you by Street Auto Group. Our community matters.
For many of us, December 31st is a time to celebrate the coming of a new year, even if that celebration is a bit muted this time around.
But if you're homeless, it's just another cold night in the Panhandle, and that's the subject of this week's Invisible.
This time of year, many in the Panhandle are enjoying a break from the Texas heat, and the cold weather seems perfect for the holiday season. But while we stay snug in our homes or traveling in our heated cars, many are not so fortunate.
I've been working with the homeless for many, many years, and you know, one thing that I have learned in the many years I've been helping them is that they are very, very resilient.
And Jason Riddlesberger, who heads the Amarillo Community Development Department, says whether they find themselves on the street due to addiction to alcohol or drugs, mental illness, unforeseen circumstances, or simply bad choices in life, this is the season that can make living on the streets deadly.
When you're out in your car and you drive past somebody, if they're wearing 3 layers and a giant coat and a hat and boots, they're taking care of themselves. They know what they need to do to be warm. Are they not wearing those things? Are they freezing? Is he maybe even losing consciousness? Those are the ones we got to be careful about, and we've got to get somebody out to come check them.
Many times the homeless can attempt to solve the problem themselves, starting fires to simply stay warm. But that often ends disastrously, as we saw over the holidays when an entire homeless encampment caught fire. That's why there's Code Blue. We
have 2 wonderful emergency shelters for nighttime shelter. We have Faith City Mission, and then we also have Salvation Army.
But for many who have spent years on the street, help is not always welcome. Sometimes attempting to get them to shelter produces anger, no matter how treacherous the weather may be. But we have to try. The results can be fatal.
But then there are also some that don't want to go to those facilities for whatever reason. You know, we have folks that are dealing with mental illness, addiction issues, whatever their issues are, they may choose not to go there. If they're not in those places, we want them to be somewhere else that's safe. We want them to be somewhere that's warm, that has, maybe we can provide some food. So when that was created, that was what it was. Because if it's 12 degrees outside and a wind chill under 0, and he's not wearing shoes or a coat, that's when we've got a problem. He's not able to make decisions to help himself. So we need to get you know, the assistance of law enforcement to come in and say, is he of sound mind to be able to make decisions to be out here?
And your role in all this? Yes, you out there.
What I tell people, if you see someone on the streets, they are a person. Look at them in the face. Treat them with kindness. Treat them as a human being. If they ask for money or things like that, if that's how your heart feels like you need to participate and help them, do what your heart tells you to do. But for me, as the lead of an agency that's trying to help them on a grander scale, these agencies that help them are putting money to good use. Support those organizations. You know, sometimes you may feel if you're giving $5 to the guy that's panhandling on the street, well, number 1, it's illegal. Number 2, we don't know what he's doing with that. We want to support some of the positive things that we can do in the community, and those agencies are the ones that are doing that.
But the work continues thanks to the many private organizations who have stepped into the breach and a city that cares. That way, even on a cold winter night, the homeless are not invisible.